You're listening to Gulf Coast Live Arts Edition on WGCU. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Moe and Nicki Lynch are the Sarasota-based husband and wife co-creators of the film Crushed, featured at the 2011 Sarasota Film Festival. It's a film about domestic violence, and it's garnering national attention. Welcome, Moe and Nicki, to Gulf Coast Live.
Well, hello, hello.
Hello.
Before we talk about the movie, earlier we were talking about some of the artists whose works will be featured in the Beyond Bling exhibit at the Ringling Museum in Sarasota. And I understand you guys were involved in that as well, getting the word out.
Absolutely.
Well, take us back a little, because the origins of hip-hop was two crews fighting one another for dancing supremacy. Tell me, how has hip-hop and its accompanying graffiti art evolved to right now where it's nearly a universal accepted as a legitimate form of art? Who wants to go first?
Well,
Mo, you're going to be the historian for us.
Yes, it has started in the parks with the battling and stuff like that. And then in the 90s, corporations caught on and said, hey, we can make some money off this thing. And that's where it went mainstream, and it's evolved into what we see today on television with the endorsement deals of Coke and Pepsi, and just, you got Sears, incorporating hip-hop into their commercials now. And it started back in the days when young kids like myself
were battling for dancing supremacy on the playgrounds of New York City.
Yeah, yes, battling, and I love a good battle. I have a feature-length script based on battling.
You're not going to break dance for us, are you?
I tried to break dance when I was like in 5th grade, spinned on my head, and it was like, nah, I'm going to stick to being a fan.
Thank you for being with us this afternoon. If you can, give us briefly, tell us a little bit about the storyline of Crushed. And Nicki, I'll give that one to you.
All right. Well, Crushed is actually the story of a young lady who comes to work all battered and bruised, and her co-workers are really concerned about her welfare, and so they're constantly asking, but she just won't reveal what's going on at home. And so then it starts taking you down all these twists and turns where you are really left feeling like, what is going on with this young girl? Is her life in danger? And in the end, it has this wonderful twist that we've heard described as a mind bender. So,
well, don't give it away.
No, absolutely
don't
not.
Give it away. But the violence, the issue of domestic violence has been explored before in films. What sets Crushed apart from, and why is it getting so much attention?
Well, first of all, Crushed is a short film, and so we really had to tell a compelling story in about 8 minutes. And so the fact that people walk out of the movie theater just like, whoa, I never saw that coming, is why I believe it's gotten so much attention. And the idea behind it is to really make us examine how we prejudge situations and circumstances, and we come up with these off-the-wall ideas to the point that a lot of people felt like, hey, I'm ready to kill that guy. They were really violent until they figured it out in the end.
So whose idea was it? Who came up with Crush?
We went to an event, and we said, hey, this will make a good film. Me being a screenwriter, I took a story, I used the domestic violence approach and just really honed in on that, and that's what gave me the twist at the end, which has people coming out the theater like, wow, didn't see that coming. So about a year ago, we came up with the idea and shot it in November 2010. Took 2 weekends, shot it, and what the rest, as we say, is history.
And it was featured at the Sarasota Film Festival. How did it get from your home, from your imagination, to the film festival?
We went through the submission process. We got it in ahead of time. They emailed us back and said, hey, we loved your film. Would you mind having this play in our festival? We were like, sure. And we went to the festival. We got a lot of media attention. We had 3 screenings. It started out with 2 screenings, and both of those sold out, so they had to create another screening Sunday morning. And so we was like, Sunday morning, nobody's going to come out for that. It was packed as well. So the Sarasota community really love their filmmakers, their local filmmakers, and really supportive of the arts.
Well, Nicki said that people are startled by, as I said, I don't want you to give away the secret in the film. What did audiences say? Have you had community dialogues? What are people saying?
Yes, definitely. The main thing that we heard as soon as we came out the theater was that people literally was like, I wanted to kill this guy. I wanted to slice his throat. Because the very beginning of the film, you realize she's getting out of bed. He's passed out drunk on the bed next to her. Dirty wife beat her on. And you start literally seeing all of her bruises all throughout her body. And so automatically they're like, get him, you know, he did it, you know. And the part, like I said, just the blow their mind moment. I mean, even as they're watching the film, it was like, oh, it was just this audible, like it hit everyone at the same time, like, oh, that's what's going on. That just, I think, really got the attention of the audience and just continued to, even now, people still want to see it, want to check it out.
Was it difficult for you guys to do that film? Because that's not a pretty subject. No matter how many times we see it on film and in print, it's simply not a pretty subject.
It wasn't difficult because we knew the outcome. And we have a awesome special effects makeup guy that was on set, and he made the bruises look really cool. So we just had a lot of fun filming it because we knew that it was going to be a mind bender. And so it was just a fun process, and seeing the audience response, it was really cool.
And where does the title Crushed come from?
Basically, that's part of the twist. So, and then when you think of domestic violence, somebody getting crushed on their arm or crushed on their body, so it was a universal title.
And where is the film going next?
The film actually got picked up for distribution, through Netflix, and we're in the process right now of getting all that paperwork together and getting it online. And if you got $2 to spare, go ahead and check our movie out.
The short film is titled Crushed, and it's the brainchild of the Sarasota-based husband and wife team of Moe and Nicki Lynch. There's actually a link to our website, www.gcu.org/Gulf Coast Live. You can check it out. There's a trailer from the film featured there. Earlier we were talking about the exhibit coming to the Sarasota. It's titled Beyond Bling. You guys are involved in that as well. And there's more information about that exhibit on our website. You can also see samples of the picture of Jim Prigoff, who will be lecturing at the Beyond Bling exhibit. He's also going to have some of the photographs he's taken on exhibit there. We also talked with artist Sophia Maldonado, who is in Sarasota this morning working on another exhibit, interestingly enough. And from Los Angeles, we spoke with Gajin Fujita. He's also exhibiting at Beyond Bling now through August 14th at the Ringling Museum in Sarasota. Check out our website, wgcu.org. There's samples of all of the artists' work and links to their web pages as well. You guys actually, Moe and Nicki Lynch, you also do work in the hip-hop community trying to bring a positive spin on what we think of old school hip-hop. And then it evolved into something kind of a dangerous art form, honestly. And now it's something new. Tell me about the work that you're doing with today's hip-hop artists here in Florida.
Well, what we're doing now, we have a positive hip-hop television program.
And it's called Positive Hip.
It's called RETV, and what we do is it's a music video show, very similar to the MTV days. And what we do is we screen the lyrics of all of the different videos that are submitted to us. And as long as they do not express cursing, profanity, sex, violence, drugs, or alcohol, then we showcase it on our film. And the whole reason behind that is because so many of these artists do not get the exposure that they deserve because their lyrics are not degrading or because they're not calling the women all kind of degrading words. So we show the videos, we interview, we try to educate people on the 4 elements of hip hop. A lot of our younger youth.
Jim gave us those elements earlier. I'd never heard of those before.
Well, actually, yes. The 4 elements include DJing.
Yeah.
DJing, rap, graffiti, and breakdancing are the 4 elements. And so hip-hop still really comprises of each of those elements. We like to say that it actually has grown because there is a very business side of hip-hop now, whereas before it was purely art. Now, myself and my husband, we consider ourselves hip-hop heads, but we're very much entrepreneurs, we're very much business people, and in our case, film and television is our avenue of being able to express hip-hop. So,
are there a lot of emerging hip-hop artists in Southwest Florida?
Yes, there are. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, in Tampa and a few in Sarasota, I have a couple of friends that are music video directors, and they get a lot of the independent artists making music videos and stuff like that. So it's even something in Sarasota.
Who can we expect to hear from emerging from Southwest Florida in the next few years?
Ooh, we have a friend, Gamage, in Tampa, and he's a really positive artist and really good friend of ours. And his shows is like energy. If you think of like a Busta Rhymes or somebody like that, just like want to just jump off the stage and
MC Hammer shows.
Hey, we laugh about that, but to date, that's the best concert I've ever been to in my life. MC Hammer, hands down, entertainer.
And he was an entertainer whose words didn't feature vulgar lyrics. They weren't degrading to women. Are we likely to see a reemergence of a new kind of hip-hop?
With the internet, is the playing fields are level, and a lot of artists are putting on good stuff on YouTube. And our show, RETV, we want to make that a hub to say, hey, if you want to see collectively all these positive artists, come watch our show, because nowadays when you just put something on YouTube, it just hangs out there on the internet, and you try to get as much views as you can, but it's cluttered. The internet is cluttered right now, so it shows like RETV, we want to make hubs for people to come to.
And your work with Beyond Bling, Nikki, tell me what the two of you are doing for the Ringling in Sarasota.
Well, we've been asked to come on board with them because of our positive hip-hop influence in the community and just the work that we do with different youth. And so they really much needed a outlet to reach us, the younger generation, because quite frankly, a lot of us are not even thinking about going to the museum unless the schools make us go. And so I've had the opportunity to at least see one of the shows, and I'm telling you, it was just fabulous. And we're looking forward even to this weekend going out to check out the actual exhibit portion of it. But that's really what we're doing. We're trying to let people know it's well worth it to come on out. Mondays is free, so there's no excuse there. To check it out.
And this Monday is a holiday, too.
Well.
Thank you both for being with us today. Moe and Nicki Lynch, Sarasota-based team behind Crush. They're also working on behalf of the Ringling in Sarasota. The exhibit is titled Beyond Bling. There's a link to our website. Check it out, wgcu.org/Gulf Coast Live. Can we get a little hip-hop music to close out this show? We got to find some hip-hop music to close out the show. That's all the time we have for today. You can find more information at our website, wgcu.org/Gulf Coast Live. You can also post your comments on our statewide blog at our website. Click on Florida Talks or find us on Facebook at WGCU Public Media. John Davis is our producer for Gulf Coast Live Arts Edition. Richard Chinquy is our engineer. Alex and Jenny are our interns. This is WGCU Fort Myers 90.1 FM, WMKO Margo 91.7 FM, NPR for Southwest Florida. Let's go out on some hip-hop, guys.